Welcome back to Hannity. So back in 2015, then President Obama, along with 195 other countries, signed a climate agreement in Paris. Now on the campaign trail, then candidate Trump promised to review the deal, and he tweeted today, quote, "I will be announcing my decision on the Paris Accord over the next few days. Make America great again." Joining us now with reaction, senior fellow at the Competitive Enterprise Institute, Chris Horner. Chris, this would be a really bad idea. You have studied this topic more than anybody I know, and you've been an outspoken critic against the hysteria that's preached by Al Gore and the left. Why is this a bad deal?
For many reasons, including some put very well by candidate Donald Trump. We would cede what you could call energy sovereignty or policymaking when it comes to energy to others who have their interests at heart, but not ours, as candidate Trump said when he promised to cancel U.S. participation. And it's clearly a treaty, which President Obama just pretended it isn't, and therefore circumvented the Senate, further weakening our treaty process, which, you know, it had a good run, but I suggest we try to restore it soon. The policies are not popular here. They wouldn't be approved. It's why President Obama went through EPA, and undoing those rules would be much harder if President Trump broke this promise.
How would it impact?
You and I, not quite 20 years ago, talked about the Kyoto Treaty. That had one and contemplated two compliance periods. This goes on forever. It solves that problem. It requires us to impose the energy rationing policies of the Kyoto Treaty, of President Obama's global warming rules, increasing the price, as President Obama put it, causing your electricity rates to necessarily skyrocket because they have to price the most abundant, affordable, reliable energy out of your reach to force stuff that doesn't work, that's failed for 125 years into the system. To, as President Obama said in numerous speeches, finally make renewable energy profitable. This is too great a cost to reward some campaign contributors. And by the way, not Trump campaign contributors. This is about rewarding Clinton supporters. It was a priority for them. So it tightens every 5 years in perpetuity. This is the agreement. It's done. There is no seat at the table. And I hope President Trump's advisors remind him that that lame talking point of Washington Wiseman, well, you have to have a seat at the table, they solved that here. It requires a tightening every 5 years in perpetuity of us. Most countries really don't have an obligation. And it just goes on. You're talking about increasing energy poverty, killing seniors and the most vulnerable for a gesture. There's no detectable climate impact, even projected.
I thought it was all finished. I thought anybody like us, we're just climate deniers. But it went from literally global cooling in the next ice age to global warming. And now they just have broad climate change. And, of course, they even had to, in some instances, we know they manipulated data. All right, Chris Horner, thank you. When we come back, a very important question of the day is straight ahead as we continue.